Hey everybody, it's Josie. Welcome back to Cedar Creek Homestead. I hope y'all had a wonderful day. We've had a busy day here at Cedar Creek, and we've been out and about taking care of business. We had to go and fill the farm truck had to be filled up with diesel, and then we went over across the river all over to Weber Falls and voted, and we were able to do that after I got my heart back out of my feet from paying for the diesel. It was over $100 to fill the tank up, and oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. So we went over and we voted, and today was Cheyenne's very first time to vote, and it was kind of neat to watch her fill those little rectangles in for the first time. Now, I live in a rural area, and with the very first few times that I voted, we did the hanging chad, you know, the little stylus thing that you poke to hoe. That was what I started out at, and now we're filling out the little rectangles. I've never done the electronic voting machines. We still do the fill-ins, and so I voted, and I stood back and watched her vote for the first time, and it was interesting, and it was neat to see her do that. And so then we got back here on the farm and got busy. Little Howie's official birthday is today. The pictures and the videos that you saw, if you watched them last night, was of his birthday party that we had over the weekend so that family could be there. And tonight we'll just kind of celebrate with just those, Blade and Cheyenne and Baby Rowdy and Howie. He loves spaghetti, and it's fun to watch him eat it. It's kind of like watching Lady and the Tramp. And so he's having spaghetti and cake, and we got a couple little presents for him to open tonight because everybody has to have a present on their birthday. And so we're going to do that. And though we voted, and though it's important to watch those federal races, the Senate and the House, and then our state races as well, those are important, and the information that comes out of that is important. We're going to watch movies and do the family thing, and that's something that we can check back into later. In fact, I have already heard reports that Arizona was having trouble. Last report I heard was like 20% of their tally machines were having issues, and so I don't know. There could be issues coming out of Arizona or out of Pennsylvania. It might be a long night for some. And so anyway, we're just trudging right along here on Cedar Creek. We made it through the storms, and thank you to all those that have inquired and checked on us, made sure we were fine. We got lots and lots of rain. We were under a flash flood watch. Now, we do have the creek and the river, but we're up high, and so other than the low water bridges flooding out, and it does flood up onto our pastures, but it doesn't get anywhere near our houses. And so the nasty storms in Oklahoma had some nasty storms, Arkansas and others had nasty storms, but the nasty tornadoes and stuff stayed south and east of us. And so we're praying and thinking about those that did suffer damage, but we were okay here at Cedar Creek. But I'll tell you again, the grasses are greening up, the pastures greening up, and we're so thankful for all of the help that we can get from the Lord on those pastures. And next week we have some temperatures that are getting pretty close to freezing weather, and so we know that if we get freezing temperatures, then of course the grass, the things that are growing will go dormant, and so we'll have to do other things. But we are so thankful and so blessed for all that we have. I hope everybody's ready for Thanksgiving. I looked at the calendar a while ago, and it is 2 weeks from Thursday. We will be celebrating Thanksgiving. Many of you commented on last week's video, and I was encouraged to read that so many of you are saying, regardless of whether you could afford turkey or ham, your family would still get together and celebrate and enjoy being together and being thankful for what God has blessed you with. And I'm so glad for that. Some of you said if we had to have a bologna sandwich, that's what we would have. And some of you have shared with me that you're doing soups and you're doing other things, traditions that your families have, Mexican foods or Italian foods and whatever else it might be. And I think that's great and that's wonderful because well, none of us are promised tomorrow. And like I shared with you last week, Thanksgiving is Howie's absolute favorite holiday. And we got together and celebrated the holiday. And then, you know, what happened? He got sick and passed away. And so you never know. There could be people that their feet are under your table this year, and next year you won't have that privilege. So hug them tight and tell them that you love them and enjoy the time that you have together with them. Don't let a bologna sandwich scare you from celebrating the holiday. So what I wanted to talk to you about tonight and encourage your hearts a little bit is something that was brought to my attention by a piece of mail that I got. Now, I love getting mail. I shared that with you before. Of course, everybody likes getting things, but things is not what I'm talking about. The letters, the cards, the little encouragement that you send. And I love writing back every opportunity that I get and commenting back to you and trying to encourage you. And I got this card, this letter through the mail from this little family. And there was a lovely letter in there. There was a coloring page in there. And then there was this. And this is a Bible bookmark. And it was sent to me. Those of you that have children or you homeschool, you teach Sunday school, or maybe you teach in the public schools, you probably recognize this. This is a piece of cardstock. And it has this black material over the front of it. And what you do is you take this little wooden skewer or a little pencil or something, and you scratch designs in it. And when you scratch this, if I was to take my nail and scratch across it, below it would reveal colors. The only thing is you don't know if it's red, blue, green, pink, orange, where it's at on here. It's all a surprise. And so if you etch a design in here, it will be unique every time because the colors below this is different. So this message on the back of this said, a scratch-off Bible bookmark from 6-year-old granddaughter Chloe, who said, tell her God knows what's behind the black stuff. When I read that, it made my heart smile. It gave me something that boosted me and encouraged me immediately. And I love when God does that, when He just reaches out and touches you in such a way that it just goes to the very core of who you are. And this little thing from 6-year-old little Chloe spoke to my heart and reminded me that sometimes this is all that the world sees, is the blank canvas. They don't see what's to be, what can be, what should be. Sometimes our past defines us, and especially in the eyes of others, and they refuse to let us become what's hidden behind this. We live in a society today that is throwaway. We're more interested in throwing things away than finding a use for them, and that includes people. We are so throwaway society. Mess up, make a mistake, and you don't have another chance. And that's not what we should be about, what we should be involved in. We should let this thing evolve into the beautiful thing that it can become if we allow God to do the work, not only in other individuals, but in ourselves as well. Not to be afraid to let God do the work in us, that we become that masterpiece, that thing that He desires for us to be. When we allow Him to reveal that in us, my goodness, think of the things that we will discover about ourselves and about others as well. You know, we never know what a person's true potential is until we get back out of the way and allow them to develop and allow their spirit and their personality. It's like these little, it's like Howie running around. He's learning all of these new things, and he's learning what he likes and what he doesn't like. He's revealing his personality to us on a daily basis of the things that make him happy and make him smile, that sweet little one-tooth smile that he's got, and the things that aggravate him. He's scared to death of puppies, dogs. It doesn't matter if it's a teeny tiny puppy or a great big dog. He's terrified of it. And he lets us know that. He's revealed that to us. Sometimes we're quick to want to throw the baby out with the bathwater and not let the person develop into what their potential is. I think that sometimes we can miss out on knowing somebody great because we don't give them the room to get over the mistake or to overcome a personality fault. Sometimes the problem is us. Sometimes we challenge them and we keep them from becoming the person that they need to be. Sometimes it's a trust issue. We don't trust. We don't want to let go of the power that we have, and allow and to trust God to do in us exactly what He needs to do to make us who we are. Sometimes we go through trials and tribulations that make us stronger when we get through on the other side. We stand back and we look at that thing that we've overcome with God's help, and we're amazed, and it brings tears to our eyes because we never thought we could overcome that thing. I'll tell you from my own experience, I've walked a path for the last 2 years that I never thought I would face. Oh, baby, just a minute. I never thought I would face until I was very old, but I faced it, and it's been a rough path, but I've not been alone. God has been there to strengthen me, and He's developed in me new strengths and new ideas, new goals, new dreams. Not that I've let go of the old, absolutely not. But He's developed in me, and He's challenged me to see that He's in control of what's behind the black stuff that I can't see. I can't determine this. Oh, I can get on here and I can draw a pattern, but I don't know what's behind here. Only He does. That's true of me, and that's true of you. And that's true of those that are around us. We need to allow them to develop into the persons that God has for them. Now I want to take this opportunity to tell little Chloe that I count my blessings in her, and this will go in. I have a book that I put all of my things in, like a photo album, that I go back over cards and letters and different things that people have sent, and I've gotten things down through the years from my own family members that are things that I use to encourage my heart when I need them. And I will remember this, go back over this, and that God knows. See, I was going through a little bit of a struggle when this came in the mail, and God spoke to my heart through a 6-year-old. We never know who He'll use to encourage us. We just have to be open to the encouragement and to the advice. We need to listen, and then we need to think about what we've heard and apply it to our lives. Now, I told you that my heart smiled, and some people will say, what in the world does she mean when she says that made my heart smile? Sometimes people say, sometimes they're funny things, sometimes they're sentimental things, but it's something that just gets you right there in the filler, that it just instantly warms you. That's what I mean when I say it makes my heart smile. And little Chloe, tonight, you've made this Meemaw, you've made Josie, you've made my heart smile. So I want to challenge everybody. We've got 2.5 weeks until Thanksgiving, and I've already put the challenge out there to find something to be thankful for every day. Well, I challenge you to be thankful for those around you, and to remember that God sees behind the black stuff, that He knows what each individual is going to be. Try to think about people that maybe you've been quick to dismiss or put in their place, or maybe you think that there's no hope, but with the Lord there's hope, and He's in control. Until next time, guys, this is Josie. I love y'all. I really do. Keep looking well to the ways of your household. Love your family and friends. Let the Lord do the work. We're gone.